Not for the radio, NFTR. What's going on, people? Myself, Viz, Posty, Chams in the building. So it's finally here. An interview we've been waiting for a while. What are you saying? 15 mixtapes deep.
I don't even know how many.
All freestyles on a million. All of them. Literally. 3 albums deep.
I wouldn't go that far.
Fourth coming
on
Friday.
Man.
Yeah,
Fourth album coming on Friday. I think they are, bro. Every freestyle I saw.
Landlord.
Let's make some noise for gigs in the building.
Woo!
What's going on?
Nah, come on. You lot got... there's people in the background. Let's make some noise for the landlords in the building. There we go.
Trust me. Living legend.
You know, I know I'm a warrior in the parties, you know. Boy, out here. Old school, innit? This is what the thing is. You know, too calm.
Bro,
very calm.
Before we talk about the new album, we're going to take it all the way back, man. I mean, when I first heard about you, I'd never seen such support like what I saw. Like literally every kid had their, you know, their phones out, your music playing, whether they're on their bikes, on the bus, in the train, in the cars, whatever. So I've never seen that kind of support from South London before. Never. Like, so let's take it back to where you're from. Peckham.
Not just South London. Like,
well, to begin with, because I'm from South, innit? So literally everywhere I
yeah,
turn.
but what I mean is, it wasn't just that he was just a person from South London that was making music. You were a person that was from the streets of South London. I think that's an important factor that we need to factor in.
Yeah, 100.
And you had like a million summers gone. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. How did it all start, man? Talk about the early days in Peckham, what you was up to and when SN1 formed.
Man, I won't talk about what I was up to, but...
Can do if you want it.
But yeah, like, how did the music? So.
Yeah, how did it start? When did you realise that, you know what, music is what I wanted to do?
I don't know, I've always loved music, like, it's always been what I wanted to do. Not as I didn't know it was going to be a career.
I did read that you was DJing out of your bedroom. You was a bedroom DJ in the most authentic form of the word. Like you was DJing out the window.
Yeah, I said DJ.
Reggae.
Ragga,
Bashment.
Yeah.
Talk to us about it. He was the entertainment of his area.
How do you know?
He was. I've done my research.
He looks so...
Yeah. Like all the man them used to come outside my because I used to live on some estate. Just bare niggas, like 100. Well, everything niggas, like Turkey, everything. You know, the whole to one, like one family. And I used to just always play that rag. I used to buy bare records, like these time records are like £2-3, like 7 inches. Buy bare of them and just run bare tunes. And everyone used to stand outside my house and that. And my stepdad used to always come in. Can you turn that down? Always, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Did you have your own radio station as well?
Yeah. We done a radio station, Spare No One FM. It's like greasy name. Wow. Spare No One FM, you know.
What was it called?
Spare No One FM.
Spare No One.
Yeah.
So where did it all change for you, like in terms of coming to like the forefront of the rap game? I think most people will think it was talking the hardest, but you were kind of bubbling way before that in the streets anyway. What do you think your first big move was, where it all started to change?
Yeah, it's talking the hardest.
You think?
Yeah.
And how did that feel?
Well,
like, did you expect that?
I don't know, because to be honest, like before everyone was... Like, I knew that the streets was kind of bumping man's tapes, like, because I remember one time, this was like the beginning, when we done that mixtape, the beginning, like 05, we done that mixtape. And I remember I went northwest for something.
My.
And then the brother who went to Link, it was bumping the beginning, you get me? This pen, it's like, yeah, like I like you, I like Kaiser, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like, you know, that one's like, and he knew all the lyrics. I couldn't believe it. You get me? I remember, because obviously what man went out there to do wasn't like good and that. But I remember I just forgot about all of that. Like, you know, them ones like when the brother was saying, yeah, like I like. I remember we were sitting in his house for ages waiting for what we was waiting for. And he just bumped in the beginning, you get me? Like, and I was like, this is sick. You know the ones, like, and I just, Like I remember when I got back, I weren't even thinking about what we went to do. I remember I was just thinking, bro, like, man, that effing with you, get me? So that was kind of a major moment for me. You know, them ones like, do you know what I mean? Like,
So let's talk about Talking the Hardest. That comes out, it's going crazy on the streets. Everybody's listening to it. It's going mad in the clubs. What are you thinking right now?
I didn't even know that was happening. I didn't even know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like I said in the Westwood interview, like them times, man was just in the hood, bro. Like just trap it all day. Like you can hit the track, go home in the morning. Don't know, like 5 or something. Then you get up, same thing again. So just in the ends every day, you know them ones. Like, so there is no outside world, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
So what
These
was the
times
moment?
talking the hardest is mashing up the face, you know them ones. Like. And then I think someone said to me, yeah, like, yeah, I heard they was playing your tune in the dance and it was mashing up the face. I was thinking, whatever, man. Because me, I like to know details, what dance, where, so how did it come in? Like, you know them ones, like, I'm one of them nutcases, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't have no information, so I just thought, whatever. You get me? And then, I don't even know. And then I just kept hearing it, talking the hardest. Then one time I was when it first actually come out, I remember there was some little dance in a norm. The little young'uns had a dance. And they was playing Talking the Hardest. And they was getting mad to it, like mad, like. But I didn't think nothing of it. That the man didn't go mad to everything. But I didn't know that was
the one.
One, like. And then I done some little uni rave kind of thing. And then I went Napa. Like, so that Mr. Play asked me to come over there. I remember I told him I said, yeah, like 3 bills. Didn't even know what the fuck to say. He said, yeah, like, I remember I saw him at someone's wedding. Like, someone I used to link back in the day. I was at his wedding. And then Mr. Play was there. And then he was like, yeah, do you want to go Napa? Your tune will mash up the place. I was like, nah, bro, no one don't want to see me. Like, you know, them ones. And then he was like, trust me, bro, trust me. And I said, all right, cool, like, just give me 3 bills. Like, you know, them ones. And then I thought that was big, by the way.
Yeah. Mr. Plays.
That weren't bad though. That weren't bad.
No, Mr. Plays probably eating off that now. He's still eating off that now.
Crazy off that. Yeah, so then.
Your fee went up quickly after that though, that first show.
What? That's not even the end, bro. And then, so I said, yeah, fly man over there, and then flew over there. Me, one flight, you know? But there was bare man them over there, my brothers and all that was coming. Then we're out there, and I remember I saw like girls walking around wearing like gigs tonight on their t-shirt. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like good things, like, you know them ones, like walking with man's name, and you know this nigga here, like, you know them ones, like, do you know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck, like. And then I was sitting down, I remember I was eating pizza and some other 2 girls walking past. Good things again, like, because man weren't getting, like crazy things like this, like, you know? like wanting to see Matt, like, you know them ones, like. I didn't know what the fuck. I was like, some things are walking past, I was like, yeah, like, because these time it weren't really a YouTube thing. So people didn't know what I looked like, you know them ones? So the things are walking past, like, what time do you think gigs on? What do you think he looks like? I was thinking, is this a fucking setup? These girls walking past, talking about me, like, you know, it was mad, bruv. I remember I was thinking, I wonder if a proper thought is the promoter around the corner. Right, go. He's there. Just walk past and big him up.
I said, you know the streets, the paranoia.
Listen, trust me, I'm a paranoid brother, like, you know the ones. That's where I was at them days. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you gotta think fucking times 10 about. Like, you know the ones. So then the nights come, and that's when I saw Mega and that, and he was like, bruv, It's saying, let me ask. Mega, he just saw the streets in, man, bro. Like, you know, he just saw it. You know, them ones like, it's thinking, he must have knew, this brother don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, you know, them ones like, it's probably man's behavior or something or attitude. Like, you know, them ones like, 'cause you know when you're coming off the streets, like, you just ain't got no sense. Like, you know, them ones like, you just gassed up, like, everyone's the enemy. Like, you know, them ones like, and then he's come over, he's gone, yeah, let me ask you, man, how much you getting? Like, I said, yeah, $3 bills. Like, $3 bills, bro. What? Bro, he said, that club's ram, it's Sunday, bro. Like, you know them ones, no one goes there on a Sunday, bro. Get me? And then he said, you must know your worth. He said it a bare times, about 3 times. I always remember that. Nah, always, like, through my whole career, I remembered that. You know them ones, like, you must know your worth, know your worth. And then he's called over Play. He said, Play, what? You're meant to be showing the man them what time it is, man. Like, you're not meant to, you know them ones, you didn't bad him off on that. He's just like more on it, like you should be ashamed for it. Like, you know them ones like. And then I said, but this time I was on a bad man thing. Like, I was thinking, what the fuck, bro? You're trying to fuck man, bro. Like, you know them ones, like, you get me? Like, you need like just run a grand, man. Then he got then he got the rest of the money, but
Man times it by 3 and added some.
I didn't even know what to say.
Is that how the negotiations went?
Run a grand. That was a lot. Then you know, for singing a song, you know them ones. I didn't think one song was worth anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know them ones. Like, I didn't know people come in, they pay to see you. You know, no, I didn't even think that far. I was just happy, like, to sing my song and people are going mad. That's all that really matters, really, when you boil it down. Like, you know them ones, like when you're in the studio in the beginning making music, you're thinking, yeah, man, it'll be sick when people know this song. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the mate, innit? Like, so that's all I really cared about. Like, the money weren't really a big deal to me. It was more the principle, innit? Like, why are you trying to, you know, like, what's going on? You can see I'm a fucking nutter from wherever. Like, break something down for me, innit? Like, you know them ones, explain it. Like, yeah, well, we're gonna make this so you can even hold that. You know them ones, like, do you know what I mean? So that's what I weren't really feeling. But that's nothing anyway. That's then, you get me? But yeah, so I've gone in a dance and it was just bare girls. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, fuck, this is mad. It's bare things. And I remember the man, and they was all just staring at me, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm kind of shy. I didn't know what to look like. Then I done the show. I was going berserk. You get me? I remember that was a moment where I felt like fucking jigger. I was saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then fucking all the man names in there, girls all around. You get me? Like, and I was like telling the man them, come and get a girl. Like, you know, the man are struggling to get girls in the hood. You gotta work. You gotta work, especially like dark skin niggas. Like, I don't know, they say I'm not dark skin. I heard them and browning, but you know them ones. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah?
You know, you just
like, man has to work for chicks. Like, you know them ones. And girls are just standing next to man. Like, you get me? Like, and I'm telling the man them, come and get a girl. And then they take them going. I'm thinking, what the fuck? And then I remember I left there. It was just like a dream. I remember then I've gone back to the villa and I just knocked out. I just like, just passed out, bro. Like, it's just like that. Sat down. I must have been dizzy. You know them ones? Passed out. And then woke up and I thought, nah, that never happened. And I've gone outside, it was just happening again, bro. I was just like, what the fuck? This is mad. But this time I'm embracing it now. It's the morning, you know that ones? Flip-flops, you know?
Used to it now, yeah.
Yeah,
The lifestyle,
I'm ready,
used
like,
to it,
I like the dream's over now, like, let's see what I got, like, you know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get me? Trust me, but yeah. Because, bro, if you know where a man's coming from, bro, like, well, you know anyway, like, trust me, like.
So that was there was no strategy before that point. Like, you weren't like, we need to get it to this DJ, we need to get it to that DJ, and this is the song that's going to make man pop. Was there a strategy?
I didn't really give a fuck about DJs because Like, they don't play. But them days, no one went listen to UK rap, bro. Like, you know, the ones like girls weren't listening to UK rap. Like, you had like a couple gangster chicks from the ends that rep their ends that might fuck, but like Sarah from over there, like, ain't, you know, that one, she wants to listen to fucking who was in and I don't know, like whoever was in, like, you get me? So I didn't, like, DJs weren't really playing niggas like from the hood and that or anything UK.
And the song did its rounds, didn't it? Because I mean, it had its first release, which was the hood release, which was just you guys releasing it and just everybody kind of catching on to it. And
No, it wasn't even a release thing.
Exactly,
it was just mixtapes.
but that's what I mean. But then people kind of caught onto it, and then it was like okay, well, the other people kind of caught onto it, and it's like the people, like, I thought I knew way early, but I know that I was probably about the third release version of it. So then, like I said, it had loads of summers. Like, how did that feel for you, having to go and perform the same song over and over and over and over again? Because it went on for years. It was a fucking wicked song. I'm sorry about my swearing.
It still goes off now.
But it still goes off. That song, I feel like an absolute rude girl. I've got to tell the truth. I'm a normal person until that song comes on, and then something happens inside.
Yeah, something happens.
Something happens. It's mad.
It's happening again.
Post.
Sorry, I got flip-flops. So listen, so alright, cool. So the tune's bubbling, it's going everywhere, but you're still gigs and you're in Peckham. How does your environment change for you? Like, you go, so you're doing shows, clubs, tours, whatever, but you're back to Peckham. Like, how does your environment change? Or doesn't it change?
No, it's just stayed the same, and
Yeah.
Peckham. Because I grew up in Peckham, bro. You get me? I know everyone knows me, so I was just gigs, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But was you more, maybe you might have been a star in the hood already, excuse the pun, but was you more so after that? Did you see, like, yourself getting treated a little bit differently?
Nah, the hood's not really like that, man.
I don't think you understood, because I think the video that we did for you, it was really early. It was early on in my career, and it was early on in yours. And I don't think you understood, because I didn't understand.
What video?
What video was that? Was that Look What the Cat Dragged In?
Which one?
It was way before that, wasn't it?
What,
It was Yeah. And casting that video, we didn't have no infrastructure at all. We didn't know what we was doing. Lena and I did not know what was happening. And
What, Lena was there?
Lena was involved. Yeah, we were both there.
That's mad.
And the girls were so
I
excited.
didn't remember you, Lena, but...
Mad. But it was so easy to cast for that video because we just said gigs, and then when all the girls got there, he was like, "Wow, there's bare girls."
Things.
Yeah,
I didn't even know there was a cast.
exactly.
Yeah,
but it was-
Yeah, because that was
innit?
Was. That was Was, innit? So you done casting, innit?
No, we just cast for it. So
You've
that,
done casting. Remember Was? Oh,
yeah, we just cast for
How
it.
did you get hold of us?
We just said to them, "Come down. We want to see you first, and then we're gonna send you down there." So we went down there.
MySpace.
Yeah, with MySpace things, it was happening. Me, Tom, and Amanda, just me and Tom and Lena. We brought all these girls down, but there were so many. They were so excited to go to a gigs video, and when they got there, he was like, "What? These are all for me. They're all for the video." I was like, "Yeah, they're all for the shoot." But you look shocked. They were so excited. There was. Don't think to this day. I've cast for probably so many different people. I've never had a bigger turnout as I did for your video. That video, so excited. They were gassed. Posty, you ain't seen this.
That was before my time.
It was before
What
your
about
time.
the fur coats though, man?
In the
Was
summer.
about,
The
was
fur
that
coats
for
in
the
the
video, or was that like, nah, because when I saw that, I was like, this guy ain't fucking about. I'm telling you, this guy ain't fucking. So, was you walking around in the Nam in fur coats and shit, or was that just for the video?
Yeah,
Because you had two as well, innit? There were two. Like,
Wow.
you didn't have one.
Was
Was it one? Oh, okay, maybe. Nah, you know what then? That's the director's fault. Because the shading looked a bit different. In one scene it looked brown, in the next scene it looked black. I was like, this guy's got two fur coats and shit.
Yeah, no,
So
I
was
wore
that-
it still. I wore it to the party what I was talking about and talking the hardest, bro.
Okay.
You know them ones? I remember, like, because I got that jacket, I got the coat from one designer shop on Bond Street, some Armani coat, that one. And then I went to my granddad's in it, and then he had the old school hat, you get me? You know them ones? You know grandads are swagging and that, like, you know them ones, you can't, you know, remember that lyric Fem said, I'm dressed slicker than a granddad. You know grandads step out. You know that? So he's got the hat on the side. He said, yeah, like, hold that hat. You get me? It goes with it. I was like, what? So I put on the hat and that. I remember I went to that party. But, so, obviously, talking the hardest, I was reenacting that party, like, walked in the parties. Because them time I just left the trap, I remember, but I had a few left over. Like, you know when you got a few left over? Like, because it was this nose, Charlie, what is it, mad? Yeah, so, yeah. But,
Moving on quickly.
so, yeah, so I've gone to the party, and then, like, everyone's saying, nah, man, have you got, right? You know, that's why I'm saying half of the crowds were snorting my chart, you get me? Like, that tune's some real shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I put the coat on, because I was talking about, like, walked in it. What did I say? Big fur jacket. That's the thoughts of everything. You get me? That. So I said, yeah, man's got to wear that. Like.
Okay.
But it was. I swear it was summer.
So that's what I'm saying. You can see it was summer.
That's some G shit.
I was like, this guy ain't ramping, you know. I'm telling you what, this guy ain't. He's not here to fuck about.
All right, cool. So how does that transpire into your deal with XL and the first Walk in the Park album? How did that? So that was your first big break.
Yeah,
What
walking
happens
that. So after Talking the Hardest was popping off, and then but what was it? It was Welcome to Boomsville, some old mixtape. It was a couple of years before Talking the Hardest dropped. I said some lyrics saying my next mixtape I'm called a Walk in the Park. Them times it was MySpace and bare people used to write, when's Walk in the Park? When's Walk in the Park? But there's only a lyric, like, in my next mixtape. I was just taking a piss. So I said, fuck it, I'll just do mixtape, Walk in the Park. It was meant to be a mixtape, right? And then I remember Ruthless. Remember Ruthless?
Yeah, of course.
Ruthless Records. He was like, yeah, like, he said, yeah, man, Walk in the Park's gonna be big. Like, I want to be involved. Like, let's do it. Right. I was like, all right. He said, we go 50-50, man. I was like, all right, cool. Like, them time I wasn't getting no money off music, from music. Like, I didn't give a fuck about that money either. Whatever, like. And then I said, yeah, cool. Like, if you think you can get money from it, like, you know, them ones like. And then, so I made Walk in the Park, that album, you get me? I said, I'll give them a fucking album, like. Then I just done that. Bang that out quickly, and then that's Walk in the Park, you know what I mean?
So the album drops, and then I presume that led to your deal with XL.
And did you get arrested before or after was it before or after the deal?
I got, well, when I went back to jail.
Yeah.
That was 12. That was way later.
Okay.
Yeah, then Walk in the Park, then.
Was there a lot of labels? Sorry to cut you. Was there a lot of labels with the XL? Because I always wondered, was it just XL that came in for you, or was there a bit of a bidding war?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple still.
And how did you feel about, obviously, record labels? Because obviously you're coming, I've just got to break this down, because you're coming from the streets. There's all these labels. You probably don't know or give a fuck about what's going on, and you're probably a bit confused about what's happening. You're just keeping it real. Like, did you know who these people were, what they were doing, what you were supposed to expect from them?
Yeah, by then, because I was kind of in the game for a while, innit? Like, so I gained knowledge, innit?
And did you know who you wanted to go with from early?
Nah, I didn't know that. I was just saying who's got the most money. Yeah. That's what I was saying. And then XL come with the most peas. Yeah.
That's what's up.
And then...
So you were quite fortunate, because XL have Adele as well. So it's and they've always had your back. So they're kind of behind you. You had a few phone calls to the labels, I'm sure, from the police, and they stuck by you regardless of that.
Yeah, it was right.
There's a lot of people who feel like there's a chance. You know, they might come out of jail, whatever. That you can't get a job. There's music's a route. We want to tell our story and we want to get paid for it. We want to find an alternative route. And a lot of people, like, they will look to your story, and as gigs is one of the people that kind of made it through. And it's like, okay, I'm trying, I'm going studio, I'm paying my own money to go studio, I'm putting the hours down that I could be out doing whatever else is that I'm doing. And I'm doing this and I'm focused on this instead of the roads. And then these people are trying to take this away from me. What is that feeling like? You know, like, I'm trying to do a show. I'm trying to go legit. I'm trying to be legit. I'm trying to be a normal person. and you lot are trying to fuck this up for me. Like, how tempting was it to just fuck music off altogether and say, forget about this, let me just go back to what I was doing, this pointless?
Yeah, no, it's frustrating, man. But I used to get pissed off sometimes at some big things, opportunities and that. I remember when they phoned up the label and that, I remember I was saying, if they fuck this up, I'm done with music, man. I remember that, but it was cool, but I just got used to it, man. You know, the ones that, but it wasn't really a big deal because I wasn't really doing nothing anyway. I was just trying to do this. You get me? Like when they was on me before, like they're trying to get man for madness, bro. Like, you know, the ones that. So I wasn't really bothered like that. It was only when like something happened, what I wanted to do, and then they would stop it. I'd get pissed off, like, you know what I mean? But then I just thought, fuck it, man. It's what it is, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not a big
And is that because you feel like you're kind of used to ducking from them, or is that because
that's how it feels. Like it's just like I'm gonna do something, they're gonna try and stop it. That's how you feel, like.
Because that would really, I don't know if I'd be here if I had those kind of stops. Would you, Posty?
Do what?
If you got closed down that many times, you know, like you're trying to put out a video, and every time you put out a video, it got shut down. Would you still be here running GRM today?
Yeah, they shut my YouTube off.
At one time.
It's big
That's
enough,
one.
man.
Yeah, but that's one time. How many shows did they try to shut off for you?
Don't stop. But it's just what it is, man. I don't know, man.
I
I don't even think about it. I'm not gonna lie. When it happens, it's like, all right, let me just move on. Like.
Does it still happen today though? Does it still happen today? Is that the reason why you lot did the secret show?
Yeah, that's why we do that. Because it's just like I don't want people to start thinking, what's the point of buying a gigs ticket, man? The shows, so I just put on my own shit, man.
You seem to be doing stuff like wireless and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We do. I don't know, man. Sometimes they're cool and sometimes they're not cool, man. I don't understand it, like, but they're so the police are like they got mad intelligence, bro. You know them ones, like, do you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, like they know man shows are cool, like, you know them ones. It's just girls. Do you know what I mean? Like middle class white kids, the black kids that are there are like good youths. You know the ones there. They know like what man shows are like. So why are they trying to stop it? You know, like, but and anyway, all they have to, if it was a real threat, all they have to do is just put some fucking police out there. You know them ones, because when like if you're gonna do something silly, I know if you're gonna do something silly and you see the police, you turn around. You know, no one's jumping out and fucking gonna shoot out the place with police standing outside there. So all they gotta do is put like fucking couple police out there, and it'll be cool. Like even though it's cool anyway, but they don't want to do that. They just want to fuck people's lives up, man. You know, they want so fuck it, man. We'll just do it the way. It doesn't really matter anyway. I'm still getting on with it, man. Like that's it, man.
Let's talk about one of your classic mixtapes, because we might have breezed past it a little bit. Obviously, your collaboration with Dubs, Hard Body is probably one of the best iconic rap CDs of English history. How important was that for you? Do you feel like for your career, and even on your new album, it seems that you've collabed with Dubs again. It seems you lot always make magic when you come together. Did you realise what kind of music you was making then at the time? Or was you just doing it?
Yeah, I can't lie, man. Man go hard, bruv, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, bruv. You know what I'm saying? You know that I've always known man makes bangers, bruv. Like, bruv, I made music for myself, bruv.
Yeah.
Remember, I was on the roads and that. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted new music, I'll just make a fucking mixtape, bruv.
So you did it for yourself.
So yeah, like, do you know what? I've always made music for myself, bro. That's why I don't give a fuck, like, if someone don't like something. I like it, bro. I know what it's about. I know where, like, you know them ones that one time, like, because obviously you flirt with comments. Like, I was reading some of the comments and whipping excursion, and someone was saying, "Gigs, man, what's going on? This ain't gangster. Where's the swearing? Like,
Hold
where's
on,
the
Whipping Excursion ain't gangster.
bruv? And it's like, where's the gun talking, bro? And I was just thinking, bruv, like anything that comes out of my mouth is gangster, bruv. Like, you know them ones, like, cause I'm fucking gangster. You know them ones. Do you know what I mean? Like, and me fucking with my missus at home, with my daughter.
Congratulations, bro.
Man ain't taking no pictures and all that. It's some gangster shit, bro. Like, you know them ones, like paying for, like looking after my family from fucking music, bro. You know them ones, like legal. You know what I mean? Like legal business. I'm a businessman, bro. You know them ones, like that's some gangster shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted
You
to
know?
touch. I wanted to
Back to
touch on
Dubs
that.
really quickly before you move on. So is Dubs your favourite rapper then?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, nah, he is.
He was on what, Straight Merkin, obviously that mixtape there, that collaboration, and now the album. It seems like
I'm glad
whatever
you brought
you
him
do, yeah, because you know Dubs is one of my favourite too. But I mean, what's your thoughts on Dubs? Why is he the best rapper?
Because he's just sick, bro. He's just got like he's got mad flows. He just says the maddest shit, like, you know them ones. He just says mad shit, bro. But like most people, I know what they're gonna say, like, you know them ones. But my man, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna say or do. You know what I'm saying? I remember when we was doing Hard Bodied, and you know that tune Maniacs, like Maniacs. He was doing some mad flow, like couple apes, I plug up in your girl, pull up in the car, in a hearse you'll leave. I might bring a couple dogs to your territory. Cheap ass nigga, you get pepper for free. And I was thinking, Dubs, what the fuck are you doing, bro? I remember I was in the studio listening. After stepping on feet, still toe caps. So when I step on the street, I pay no tax. I was thinking, what are you doing, man? That sounds mad, bro. You know them ones? And then I heard it back when it was mixed and that. And I was like, what the fuck? This is mad. I was thinking I'll never question this man again. Like, you know them ones? Like, and the whole tape was like that. Like, you know them ones? Like, and every time I hear him spit, he just does something mad. Every time, like, you know them ones? Like, I've got to work when my man's on the same song, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we got beef as well, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
like you saw me and Gets the other day, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and so it definitely goes off when. But yeah, no, he's my favorite, man. He's sick, bro.
No, 100%. How comes Buck isn't on the new album? I mean, he's a part of the history.
When Buck came round, everybody wanted to know who Buck was, man.
But Buck's on Straight Merkin, you can't get more than.
Buck goes hard
you
on
can't
Straight
get
Merkin still.
like 2 verses in like
A decade.
like, you know that one's that. You know what I mean? You saw what he said. His gigs said, "Fuck." What did he say? You know, Buck just manage. You know, after rap. You know that one's that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
I think Straight Merkin's one of your best bodies of work. I know it's not all original material in terms of the beats and
that
shit,
don't mean
but
that, man.
I think for me that was like
Yeah, that's cold.
the stamp to say yeah.
All my mixtapes and albums are different.
What's your
Every
favourite
single-
though? What's your favourite? Like if there's one, because you've got a lot of bodies of work out there. If there's one body of work that people are doing their research now,
Big question.
and you need to say, go and listen to that to know what I'm about, what would you say that body of work is?
I think my favorite like body of work is, I don't know, man. I was thinking the other day, I think it might be Hollow Grind. That mixtape still, that was hard. The Hollow Grind. Then I was thinking it might be Take Your Hats Off. Might be Hollow. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. They're all different.
I do like Take Your Hats Off.
Everything's
That's
different.
Who did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah, everything's different, man. Like, it's all different parts of my life. Like, you know, the ones that. So every project is different. Like, I don't look at none of the projects as being the same. Like, you get me? Like, I feel differently about all of them, innit? You know what I mean? Like, man's been through mad shit, like, so, like, I know what was happening. Every single project I've got, I know what was happening in my life when I made that project. You know them ones that, you know what I'm saying? That person died. That man got life, like, that time this happened, he got shot. Or, you know them ones, right? Do you know what I mean? So it's just all different. And now, my life's completely different. Like, you know what I mean?
But how have you managed to stay the same, Gigs? Because since I've met you so early in your career to now, to bucking up with you're the same person. You're a more grown up version, but you're the same person. You're still very humble. You're very grounded. How?
Because I've lived in the real world, man. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, man. Like, so I'm just not into bullshit, man. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, man. You get me?
And do you think that that's why, like, I realised that everybody who releases like a street mixtape or like they want the gig stamp, like no matter who it is, it's like
people say that. I don't feel like that.
Like, the gig stamp means something.
Do say that, but.
And it's like it's almost like, okay, well, we was waiting for this. The fans are listening, waiting for, okay, so when you're gonna hook up with Gigs? That's all we want to know. And you know, how is that a pressure for you? You know, especially if people are, you know, they're coming up and they're sick, and you feel like, okay, well, you did say man always, you know, puts the fire on.
Yeah, no. It's not pressure. Like, no, there's no pressure, man. It's all good. Like, no pressure is in like, oh, I gotta stay on top. But any pressure would be like the fucking whole world wants to do a song. Like, you know, no one's like, but you just do what you can, innit? Like, you know, no one's like, and I like to, people has to work as well, man. I'm not into man thinking, yeah, I can just do a song with Gigs and then I'll be known. Like, do some work, bro, man. Make me recognize you. Like, you know, no one's, because I didn't need nothing from no one, bro. No one's coming up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I did everything. Like, I worked hard. You know, no one's, so I'm not into shortcuts and that, man. Make me know that, make me think, raw, like, my man's hard. Like, you know, no one's, make me want to work with you, bro. Like, you know, no one's like, do you know what I mean?
And what was the track that made the girls pay the most interest? I've got to ask that. Because the girls, they're a fan of you. So let's find out, you know, where did it all start?
It's definitely Talking the Hardest, right?
Okay, and then when the talk of the lobster and all of that happened, how far did that take it?
That was later.
I know that was later, but how did that change things?
List Low. Was that before Talking the Hardest? List Low.
Nah, the girls, right? Yeah, nah, the girl, yeah. That's the
girls
same.
love
That's
that
the
tune,
same
you know?
mixtape. That's the same mixtape.
Yeah.
Talking the Hardest, List Low.
But obviously
The
there was
girls-
that one.
Nah, the girls love that and Pain is Essence, but every girl Talking the Hardest though. Like, some girls might not know List Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't know that. They'll know Talking the Hardest, and then, like I said, when you started getting in the monster lobster thing, you know, it became. But I'm just picking up the key words here. Okay, they were highlights. You know, like, how did that feel? Was that a change? Did you see a change in the girls, or was you behaving? He was behaving.
I just knew what time it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like, I know, like, I've always known how to make like tunes for like the clubs and that. You know, no one's like, because that's how man grew up, like, listening to music. You know, no one. That's why I never ever made pop. Cause I just knew, like, man, don't have to make. I didn't grow up on that. Like, you know, no one's like, so I knew that was never an option. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, when I got signed, I made Cat Dragged In. You know them ones, like, do you know what I mean? I didn't make some pop shit. Like,
did you make any songs that you regretted?
Nah, never.
Let's rewind a little bit, because you dropped Last Straw. That, I think that hit like the UK industry, like, I don't know, man. Like Tupac's Hit 'Em Up or some shit. Like, everyone was just
it was a big tune.
What the fuck?
And I feel like it was
on?
necessary. You shook up the industry.
You really did shake up the
I didn't
industry.
even know who the industry was, man.
So,
you know them ones when they were saying, when you're saying then the industry, I didn't really know who was. I just knew who I thought was disrespecting me. Like, you know them ones, like, do you know what I mean?
so what was that time like, and kind of like, why do you think that was happening to you? And in going into as much detail as you want to or don't want to, what were some of the things that were happening to you? Because we've already spoken about the police kind of unfairly holding you back. But in terms of the industry, what are some of the things that were happening to you why you decided to drop Final Straw?
The Last Straw.
The Last Straw.
No, you fucked up, right?
You hear the authority in that.
You know, it wasn't like, it was just like, I heard that, like, because I used to chat to bare DJs that was on One Extra and that, and they're saying, yeah, man, we're not allowed to play your tune, man. I was like, whatever, I don't even know what the fuck One Extra is anyway. I didn't even know what that was, like, you know the ones. But, like, they seem to think it was a big deal, like, you know them ones, like. And then, I remember Buck was at some event, and then he said to one of the DJs, you're gonna run gigs thing these time, talking all this was running it. And he said, yeah, man. And then he was gonna play the tune. Then he saw that Ray Paul go up to the DJ and say, nah, no gigs, none. You know, there was a box standing right there, bro. You know, you get me? The brother didn't even know, you know, them ones, yeah.
Man like Buck.
That's how Buck is. He's always like, Buck's like, who the fuck's this? But these times, I heard Ray Paul's name before from someone else, like, oh yeah, he's saying you're not allowed to. So I think, who the fuck is this brother? Like, you know, them ones like, but I just thought, whatever, anyway, I don't care. Fuck it. And then I met Jasmine. Because I remember it was Asher D, because I knew Asher D for forever, like from kids, you know, that one's like my brethren. Like. I said, yeah, this woman Jasmine, she wants to meet you, man. But I think she's a bit shook of you, like, you get me? So I was thinking, why? Like, I didn't understand. You get me? He just kept saying, I remember he kept saying that, yeah, man, she's just shook, man, all right? But obviously, he's been in the industry for long. He understands this, that people are scared, but I didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? So he said, yeah, man, she wants to meet you. So I went and met her. Then she was just, she was cool and that, but she was just asking me, like, questions like, oh, yeah, so you're not in the streets anymore, are you? Like, and just asking me questions that I just thought was nothing to do with her. Like, you know, them ones, like, because I was thinking, I'm a musician. Why are you asking me about the streets? Like, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what I've been through down there or what, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do something positive now. Why are you asking me about that? Like, that's behind me. I want to put that behind me, you get me? And she was saying, yeah, like, I think you should just do a show, like, just saying, yeah, I'm not into all that anymore. You know, them ones, like, and I was thinking, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why do I need to do that? Like, what about my music? You know, the whole reason we're here, like, you know, do you know what I mean? Why are you talking about what I've been through, like, you know, them ones, like, and then she was talking about sending your video. That's when I was doing the walk in the park. So I sent her, and she said, edit it. I edited it. And she said, edit it again. Then I edited it more. Then it was just, and I said, if she sends that back again, fuck this, man. You know, but that's all silly shit, you know, but. So these times I'm kind of on to her anyway, like, you know, you get me, like. So then I was nominated for the BT, you get me? Then someone on the panel must have rang my manager then and said, they're trying to get gigs removed off the BT. And they're saying, yeah, it was One Extra and MTV. They didn't say any names, but this time I knew that those two were the heads, like. So I was thinking, what have I done to these people? Like, you know, them ones, like. And then, and then someone else phoned someone that I knew that was on the panel, said, yeah, they're trying to get you removed. And I was thinking, why, man? Like, at least that was BET Awards, bro. You know the ones I you know what I'm saying? Like that's the black, you know, like the hood brother like me, that's the beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's personal, you know? You know what I'm saying, bro? Man didn't care about nothing else, you know, big bad radio, man. They missing the Black Awards. That's how you know man was hood, bruv, you know?
That's when we started to pay attention.
Yeah,
like,
that's when I was
BET?
like, raw, like, who's these brothers? You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I made the last straw, you get me? Like, I said, nah, this is the last straw. You know? You get me? But if you listen to the last straw properly, it's not even threatening, bro. You know them ones that if you listen to it properly,
You just fed up.
apart from when I said Jasmine, you silly little fat cow, but that was anger. You know them ones that now I'm a bit older, that was rude. Like, you know, you know what I'm saying? But them times I was fuming. What? Who the fuck are you? That's what I was thinking. These times I'm some like nutter from down there. You know them ones? I'm thinking, who the fuck you think you're dealing with? Like, you know them ones that messing up my little red carpet, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Man wanted to bring out the fur coat again. And
But that was like, yeah. But if you listen to it properly, I was just saying like I'm from the streets. Like, even though the hood bumps me, nothing ain't changed. Still up in the hood, hungry. You know them ones. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's bumping man's music. I'm still in the jungle. Like, you know them ones. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know like if I'm gonna be alive to like by the end of the day. Like, you know them ones. Like, that's what. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to do my little music. Just leave me alone. Like, that's all that song was saying. But they just heard pumpy. Like, you know them pumpy, Jasmine, Ray Paul. Like, you know, that's what they heard. Like, you know them. And they was like, it's threatening us. Like, you know, they was panicking, bro. That's right. I was thinking, what the fuck are you not like? Everyone was. I remember bare people was ringing me, Westwood, saying, "Is that Jasmine just rang me? She says it's you. You turned him against me or some shit." He said, "I've never been spoken to like that." I was like, I promise it was funny the way everyone was acting over this one song, bro. You know them ones that. But now I get it. Like, they was just scared. Like, you know them ones that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's all.
I'd
Like,
be scared. I would be scared today.
Do you mean these people were scared before?
yeah, before
Last
like
straw.
yeah, when like I said in the Westwood interview the other day, when I went to Tim Westwood the first time ever, there weren't no gangsters like from the streets coming up there talking about niggas better act like you know. I'll be switching off niggas like my straps are remote. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
How
saying?
did you
Like,
meet Westwood? Did he reach out to you or because I think he's been a big supporter from the beginning?
It was Chip that lined out, innit? I swear Chip lined out. That said, yeah, Westwood wants to get hold of you or something. You know, Chip's like that. You know, the ones who one of them brothers like, yeah, man wants to get hold of you, man. Like, you know, you got some brothers, they don't want no one to get hold of you. You know, no one, that's not Chip, right? But yeah, so like then we've gone up there, just some fucking nutty looking brothers. The police are fucking all around us, like, you know, the ones making calls and they're doing research. Oh, them man are crazy, Pecker. You know the ones like, do you know what I mean? Even like one time, I remember when me and Jasmine was conversating, she was saying she had a member of staff, I think it's from Brixton or Pecker or something. I think it's from Brixton, and he was like, she wanted him to shoot somewhere in Peckham, and then he was like, oh, I can't go down there, like, you know them ones, like, do you know what I mean? So you got people like Jasmine hearing stories like that, and then here comes Peckham, like, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know them ones, so they're just scared, man, and
But you understand that, right?
Yeah, no, I get it now, man, but these times there, like obviously, like, they just didn't understand us, innit? But these times, we're just trying to do something positive. Like, you know them ones that, imagine that. Imagine you're a criminal, yeah, and you try and do something positive. And the people, like, because all these, they're like a lot, like, no, like Jasmine's cool and that, like, you know the ones, like, I'll proper chat to her now and that, you know the ones, she's all right, but them times she say, yeah, I'm from the streets, like, you know them ones, like, you know what I mean? I know what's going on and all that. Like, if you're from the streets, like, give us some advice. Like, you know them ones? Do you know what I mean? Like, try and help us out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't make us feel small. You know, I was feeling small. Like, yeah, I'm in the room talking. I've achieved bare shit, and you're so you're from the street, like bringing me back down to, you know, them ones like down to there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like talk about my achievements or so, you know, them ones like, do you know what I mean? Talk about me going studio like late night. Do you know, like, if you know where man's studio is, like, our studio is a death trap, like, you know them ones like, I've seen
Unit 10.
Yeah, like Unit 10. I've seen man get killed out there, man running in and fucking trying to bore up other man. Like, it was a madness to even make one song. You know them ones? But that was the only studio we had. Like, you know them ones? Like, that's hard work. Like, we're down there working hard, putting in the mad work. Do you know what I mean? And then when we actually make it happen, everyone's trying to shut us down. Like, what's that all about? Like, you know them ones? You know, so you want us to be criminals then? Do you know what I mean? Like, so, and I just took offense to it, man. Do you know what I mean?
Is that the only award that you care about then?
Nah, I don't.
BET. Do you care about
no
Brits
award,
or Mobos, or you don't? Do you care about
they
that
were
shit?
all these people were shook of, man. Like, you know them ones. Like,
Do you care now though? I'm saying.
Nah, I don't really, cause like so much has happened and that, like, and I just see that behind it, and then I don't really give a fuck about it. Like, I just care about music, bro.
But I think that your presence was necessary because, like you said, a lot of these people were scared, and you can't blame them for being scared because they knew nothing else. So now that you've come, you've probably opened a lot of doors for a lot of people without probably even noticing, just because people understand. Okay, Giggs came and he behaved himself. You've not been too bad.
I've been cool.
You've been cool. You're a cool guy. But I think that kind of prior to that, there was no one. So you got to kind of understand that this is new territory. Like you're saying real life stuff on songs. You're getting played. They have no choice but to interview you or to pay attention to you. And they're kind of in a limbo. Like, this guy's making waves, but we want to interview him, but we're scared. We don't want to kind of put him forward because the backlash is real. For someone who's a DJ or radio host on BBC at that stage, it's like, okay, you know, you're going to bring the whole of the BBC down if something goes wrong. If you went out and did something crazy straight after that, or they didn't interviewed you, it was like, okay, the backlash is on that person. You do understand that, right? And how do you feel that you played your position as that person who set that precedent? Because you've done a lot for the people that are going to come off of and I know I've said it before, but I think it's really important to kind of say that it's a notable thing. Posty's rolling his eyes at me. Posty, seriously. Do you not think so? Your channel wouldn't probably be able to kind of, it wouldn't be acceptable for you to play half of the people that are on there if it wasn't for Giggs coming through. Real talk.
What do I think Giggs made a
No,
big...
I said what what the question
No,
was.
but you
Answer
say
the
it in
question
all
I
big
just
words,
asked you. Not another
You
question.
do say it in big words. I think Giggs has played a fundamental role in the growth of my business. You know, he opened a lot of doors for other people that can rap. I think he defined how it is to be like a gangster rapper.
Because I think someone like Jasmine was probably just thinking there might be another way because she didn't know anything else. So until you came around, it's like, there is we don't know anything like this. There's no room for you to grow here. That's why a lot of people that came through like the gangster rap thing, that people tried to sway them, okay, you're going to have to do a chart song along the way. But you was obviously, because you're rooted, you know, in like, this is who I am. You stayed on that path, which is why people respect you. But a lot of people that came up did sway. And they swayed because all of those people in the industry said you must change, you need to conform, all of these things. But because you kind of stayed the same and people still respect you, people have no choice but to listen to you now.
Yeah, that's because it's just always been about the music. Do you know what I mean?
I gotta say, yeah, I think you're one of the biggest reasons why people now do not compromise their music. Like, because I think you made such a point that you're not going to compromise who you are and what music you're putting out there, and you still reach the heights that you did. Do you know what I mean? Traveling around the world to perform, selling records, record deal, every stage, main stage, do you know what I mean? Up and coming stage, you achieved it all really. And you made a point of saying at the same time, I'm not going to compromise who I am or what I put out there. So I do definitely commend you for that.
Speaking of
100%.
bringing
but it was
people through.
just to say as well, because we're not one-sided. Like, obviously other people will have their opinions on what happened,
Yeah,
and how
yeah,
it
that's
happened.
like- that's what I'm saying. That's
and
all
everyone
old
in
shit,
question
man.
has done their bit for the scene. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's how I
So,
said
yeah,
it, man.
yeah.
Jasmine, and that's cool. I saw Ray the other day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, that was them.
Good people.
I don't really give a fuck about it. I was just like, telling the story.
Alright.
I know.
Yeah, what about your role? You played Biz.
Yeah, my role. Nah, it's interesting though because I definitely saw that all unfold in front of my eyes. Called up Buck a couple of times.
I thought
But
Biz
and
was
Tyrone
the enemy, but
and Tyrone.
He was.
I was on it.
And you weren't.
I used to meet
You weren't
Muggy,
coming
man.
up on the show. But Buck will tell you.
Let me tell you
I've got to big up.
something,
Nah, let me big up. Let me tell you a story. Actually, let me big up Chams really quickly because he's the one that put me onto you first.
Yeah, now Chams is
He-
I've known him for years.
He
so.
rang me and went, "Yo, Viz, there's someone you should be playing, you know." And I was like, "Who?" He was like, "Gigs." And I was like, "Nah, I not heard of him." He said, "Brother, this guy's the real deal. I've just gone down to the Nam. The guy said, meet me in the park." Yeah, that's what I thought this whole walk in the park thing was coming from. This is what he said, yeah. He goes, "A man said walked into the park, meet me in the park." So I've gone into the park now to get this tune. It was on Buck's mixtape. It was a tune on Buck's mixtape, and he put it at the end of the mixtape still with Seth on the hook. Remember that tune there? So anyway, this is early. So Shabs has gone down to this park, and he said he's come to meet you, and people are coming up to you left, right, yeah. And you're not really saying much. You're just whispering to man like, yeah. That one runs off. It's a true story. You get what I'm saying? Like he was like, "Nah, seriously, like this is me. Send me this tune." Because Buck was obviously rapping, innit? So I knew about Buck. He said, "If you send me this tune," I was like, "Yeah, this tune's all right still." And obviously a supporter of Seth and Shab, so I played it.
As well as being the landlord, you do play a big role in that bringing people through. Just recently, I was over at Love Box with you. Had the pleasure of being at the side of the stage. I felt very
Thanks, Dan.
official. Thank you for that. Are you happy to
Everyone's
bring?
getting their drops today, boy.
No, I can't get a word in today. Yeah, so obviously you brought Scraps out. Not to dwell on it too much, but I just feel like that's one of the things you do. Like obviously, that's someone that you met in jail. Could you tell us a little bit how that came about, how that friendship grew, the relationship between you and Scraps? Because I think that's another one of your epic rap little partnerships there that's growing.
I think just before I went to jail, I heard Scraps. I remember he done a tune with Killer Kai. And I was like, "Right, this youth's hard." And then I went jail, innit? No, he went jail. I heard he was in jail. Then I went jail. But I'm bad with faces and that. But I used to see him in jail and he always used to be like, "What go on?" Cause you know jail's mad, like, you just, no one ain't saying hello to no one, like, you know, no one's like, you know what I mean? That Scraps was like, "Yeah, what go on?" And then I heard someone say, "Yo, Scraps." I was thinking, that's how I know my man, you get me? Then I went up to him, I was bigging him out, "Yo, fam, your thing's mad," you know, I was just letting him know. And he was like, "Really? Yeah, what you reckon? Man can make it?" I thought I was saying definitely 100 million %, bro. Yeah, because them man are hood, bro, like, you know, Scraps and that, do you know what I mean? Like, that's why, like, it's like me, it's like when they're shutting down my thing, I'm just like, whatever, but when they're shutting down these brothers' shows and that, they don't know what they're doing, bro. You know, the ones like, these men are just willing to say, "Fuck this whole thing, man, like, if it's not working," like, you know, the ones that, no, I'm always on the phone with, like, Scraps and other man, like, trust me, keep going, fam, like, you know, them ones that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously, speaking of the streets, I think it would be rude for me not to ask, what are your thoughts on the DVS situation? You can't believe I asked this. No, Shams, don't ask this.
Nah, I don't really, that's nothing to do with me, man.
Okay, and what about, you know, the stuff that's happened to Young'un recently? Have you got any comments? Do you not think that was a bit of bullying? I think it was a bit of bullying.
Yeah, that's bullying. I'm not into bullying, man. I'm not into that.
You know,
shit, man.
just look, everyone's gone
But-
silent. No, Sham, stop asking things. Posty
yeah, man,
turned his head
I
on me.
DM Young'un, like, when I saw the video, I said, "Yeah, man, don't watch that, man. Just keep going."
See, I didn't think
Yeah.
it was a big deal. I feel like the internet age has
I
played
said,
a
that's
big
the
role in
streets,
stuff.
man. I get it. That's happening every day. Like, you know, people just know who Young'un is, innit? You know them ones, like, you know what I mean? Like,
And I saw you write something before about you're not into bullies.
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you
not
ever
into
been
bullying.
bullied yourself?
Yeah, of course. Like, the streets is a fucking mad place. Like, man will try and bully man and that. You know the ones that didn't say that. It didn't mean that I had it. You know, you know what I mean? But
obviously, especially as a
but people try. That's why I'm not. I don't really think that's funny. Like, you know the ones.
Yeah,
that,
I mean, I didn't find it funny as a woman, and I think it's important to ask, like, someone like yourself, like, obviously, if someone could do something to you and they were successful, it would help to build a name for them because you are a name in yourself. Like, have you had a lot of people that kind of have tried that? I know that a lot of rappers have kind of had people taking videos of them doing silly stuff that's not actually that amusing. But just to build a name for themselves. Has this happened to you a lot? Obviously, you're a bit more of the scary.
No, it hasn't happened a lot. People, like, obviously, you get one or two fucking idiots, like, you know, no one's like, but whatever, man. If you, that matters. That I'm old school, man. You know, no one's like before certain things. So if you wanna try it, you can try it, innit? Like, you know, no one's like, I don't really. But that's how it goes, man. I don't know.
Right.
I try and stay away from all that, man. You know, I don't go certain places, and you know, no one's. Cause I know that I got a short temper, like, you know, no one. So I just stay away from certain things. That's why you don't really see me nowhere.
And you don't really see me anywhere.
Yeah, nah,
This is your thing. You're not really there.
Yeah, I'm not into bullshit, man. That's all. That's long, man. I just avoid it. I think that's prevention is what they say? Better than cure. That's one of my main things. If I want to do something, like get some vibes, I put my own shit on, man. You know, do you know what I mean?
Is that something that's kind of worked for you in terms of, you know, like you throw your private events and stuff? Does that work for you? Because obviously you know who's going to attend then.
Yeah, definitely.
You lot are strict. You lot don't play no games. Like when you lot put together a strict guest list, it's like you have 1 minute before the time that you have to be there and you need to put your names forward. Like there's no games. It's not like, you know, like some people do it 3 days before and people get the you know, the destination. You lot, it's like 1 minute before, get there in 12 minutes or don't get in. And it's RAM. I don't understand how it's still RAM because people have made it there in 12 minutes flat. How does that happen? Who's in charge of the marketing there?
Man, they're just paranoid predators. Yeah, that's the truth, man.
But these lot, you see, when I'm just saying, you see, when Giggs puts on a party, he definitely more goals than me. He has more goals than me in attendance. I'm saying in attendance. Okay, I'm not trying to get in trouble. But
We like women, man.
So obviously, if you know Giggs personally, you know he's almost the first to text at Christmas and New Year's. So it's a bit weird because it's Giggs, but he's always the first one to do it. I'm like, bro. Anyways, I haven't got it recently. I don't know what's going on, but in 2015, like in January, obviously, he must have texted me Happy New Year. And I said, yeah, Happy New Year, man. Let's get this shit. Giggs told me he's taking a year off in 2015. Next thing I see, man. No, 2015. What we in? 2016?
Yeah.
We're in 2016 now.
Oh, you're going mad.
wow.
No.
You're working way too hard.
He told me he was taking 2015 off,
Okay.
which is what I'm saying. So I'm not wrong. So after that, I'm seeing Man Don't Care. I'm seeing like 10 collabos and he's killing everything, which is all leading up to this album. Tell me why you actually thought for them 2 minutes that you might be taking a year off. Because in that case, you should just take your life off. What happened there?
I don't know, man. Fuck knows, man. I just love music, man. You know
Yeah.
the ones. That's it, man.
And what song was it that you said that you was gonna get a white tour bus for the end? You said
That's
it on
some
one of
G shit. You know about that
yeah.
shit?
Which one was that? And did that ever take place? Did that manifest? Oh man,
It's coming soon.
it's coming. We're waiting
Me
for
saying
that.
I didn't know then you could rent them. You know what I'm saying?
What's the album process like? You recording? Does it take you a long time, or so where did you go out to
one
the
song.
countryside or something to record this album? Or?
This album, half of it I did in the countryside now.
Why?
Why? Because I wanted to get out August, and I had like 6 tunes done because I wasn't even doing an album. You get me? I was taking another year off this year.
Love them.
And then I went studio. I thought, let me see if I've still got it, like, because I was fucking up their tunes last year. You know, no one's.
Come on.
So I thought, let me see if I still got it. Then I went studio. Then I made like 3 tunes at once. You get me? But it was hard, and I was like, right, this sound like an album, boy. You get me? And then I went studio again the next day. Then I made Whipping Excursion. I was like, no, fuck it, these are fucking bangers, like, you get me? Then, next thing I know, it's like, kind of like March, April, but I want to get the album out August, you get me? So I just got, like, said that, let me get a residential studio, bought some cottage in the countryside, studio inside there, and just banged it out, you get me? That was it.
So obviously, you're one of those artists that kind of a lot of people want to get on their album. In terms of making your album, how do you make the selection processes? And is there anyone that you didn't get on the album that you would have liked on there?
Nah, I'm happy with it the way it is.
But is there anyone that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with so far? Spoiled brat.
I don't know, not really. If
Spoiled. This is what happens. You're spoiled, innit?
Nah, not that. Like, if I want to work with someone, I just work with them. Like, you know, no one's like. It depends. Like, it don't really work like that. It don't really work like that. Like, because when I start making an album, the sound of that album, like, I'll be like making that sound happen. So even if I do want to work with that person, it's not really gonna work on this. That, you know, them ones that. Do you know what I mean? So, like.
But have you ever had trouble getting someone that you really, really wanted to work with on something of yours?
Yeah, everyone has.
Who was that?
But not this album, though.
You're not answering my question though. You're
before?
Yeah.
Loads of people, man. Like, you think you want to work with people. You know that one. Like, you think you want to work with people because you think, like, yeah, that would be good. You know the ones, but you don't really want to work with them, really. Like, now I know that, innit? Like, you know the ones, like, do you know what I mean? Maybe when I first got signed and I thought I was with this magic company and they could make collabs happen, like, I might have just thought out of the box, like, oh, it'd be good to work with that person. But did I want to work with them, really?
What collaborations are you talking about then that you feel you were forced into from?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. What did you say then?
I said that I might have thought I wanted to work with someone, but I didn't really want to. Because, so basically I'm saying, if I did the arts for that collab, did I really want to do it? Like,
okay.
You know, the ones that I just thought maybe it would be good, but I don't feel that way. I don't roll to them in the whip, like, you know, the ones that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how about working with people like Kano and people that kind of were a bit established just before you came through? Because I think you broke your own barriers down. I'm not saying that they didn't, but they were kind of big, like a little bit before, but now in like the middle stages of your career, because you've still got a while to go, like you're connecting, you're making music. How do those kind of collaborations come about? Because it seems like there's a genuine friendship there. You lot are making great music together. Free Wheel Ups is probably the man on care of this year. Fucking hell, you just keep pulling them out of the bag, don't you?
Kano's probably the the most recent friend through music I've got, because but obviously Buck's always known them, man. Like, you know the ones, and obviously man's close with Gets and Kane. You know the ones. So it's always kind of, but we never really had a conversation on that until I think it was 2011, and we made one tune. But when we made this tune, it was exactly the same. Like, you know, like, do you know what I mean? Like we've got a lot in common. Like, you know the ones, we're both like miserable, fucking. Both think we're heavy, like spitting. You know the ones, like, do you know what I mean? So, like, it was cool. It was cool working with him, man. Like, all of them, man. Like, they're proper cool. Like the Grime man, them. Like, they're all like proper cool brothers.
And even with Gets, you said you guys have had a long relationship for a while. The first time I personally saw you on screen was on a Movement documentary.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. And your relationship with him has carried on for years. I saw the other day you guys was on radio together. What is the actual tally right now? Who's winning?
Might be Gets, you know.
Yeah?
I went home and thought about it.
He said, I went home and thought about it.
Yeah, Gets is hard, man.
Yeah. He's all right.
Trust me, he's hard.
He's going to be hard to be
Yeah, he's
right.
definitely winning, man.
Yeah.
It's not over.
No, definitely. And one thing I like about you as well is that you're not scared to admit when you feel like you've done something wrong. So when I was watching that, you actually said that when you come out of jail, you thought you was heavy because you was writing off the top. Are you saying that you write lyrics now? And not like you actually writing them down now instead of just reciting them?
No, I said that's when I first stopped writing.
Oh, that's when you stopped writing?
Yeah, that's when I first stopped writing, like, and then I went studio, so I thought, let me try my new skill, like, you know that one.
Yeah.
Then I went and laid that, but I didn't really care about it, like, no, just sorry, Gets, like, you know. But I just come out, I was stressed out from a lot of things and that, and I just, like, my album was, that was When Will It Stop, and that was just the most important thing, so I just weren't really, like, focusing on other things, you know what I mean? So I just thought, let me just quickly go down there, bang it out with my new skill, and I'll be gone, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when the album came out, and then I was back, like, in focus, and I saw that I got destroyed, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, cool. So you got the Landlord coming out. I was on Instagram when I heard this Landlord word kind of flinging about. Who gave you that name, and why did you decide to run with it for your album? I think it's very fitting, but how did it all come about?
Because I think I tweeted like one of Section's videos or something, and then Swift must have tweeted like Landlord. And I was like, yeah, I like that. I'm going to make that my album.
Yeah.
I'll make an album.
Your artwork for that was sick. It was like when I saw that, I was like,
The
okay.
thing, innit?
Yeah. It was like, okay. I don't know if anyone's been served with an eviction notice, but I have, sadly. And it was very fitting. I thought, okay, there's an emotion here for me, but it was proper sick.
Yeah, that was because, you know what it was, yeah, I couldn't, that's how I wanted the artwork, yeah, but I didn't think I could create that, like, so I just knew it had to be drawn, like, you get me? Then I followed that art goon, and then he drew it, like, I just told him exactly what I wanted, and he just drew it. It was exactly the way I wanted, like, people in the wind, because the block that's meant to be, like, represent the UK rap scene, like, you know, that one's like, and that's why there's a man in the corner beating a ting, someone rapping up there, like, you know, that one's like, that kind of.
And then you had the eviction notice.
Yeah.
Sick. And when you saw that, like, how did you feel? Because I think that's important. You know, like when someone sent it over, like, did you say, I want an eviction notice, or did someone send that over to you and you thought, wow, this is sick?
I can't remember.
Wow.
No, someone sent over to me, I think. It was Lee James. He must have sent. No, that's who it was. It was one of the producers on the album. Zeus. He sent it over. And I thought, wow, that'd be sick. Eviction note, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it was.
And are you still working with the same, speaking of producers, the same producers from, like, your first projects? And
Yeah,
if
like,
not, why?
Boom. Who else? Well, it's only Boom on there.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
No,
I'm always, like, me, I would have, I'm not really, you see, like, when you get in the industry and that,
People start telling you who to work
yeah,
with.
like, oh yeah, you should work with my man, you know, he's worked with this person and that person, and but they're shit. Like, you know that much, you know what I mean? But you should work with them because they work with this. Nothing to all that. I like good music, man.
So how do you find these people? How do you find these producers?
Like, I don't know, man. So, like, sometimes I'll be on Twitter if someone's name looks interesting, like, you know them ones. Like, there was some brother, his name was Morpheus. I thought, that sounds hard. You know them ones, like. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, send over some beats, like, you know them ones, like. You know what I mean? Because, like creative people always have creative names, like, you know them ones, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like Fix Dottom. You know what I'm saying? Look, what the fuck kind of name is that? Like, you know them ones, like, you know what I'm saying? Fix Dottom.
You know, where did you get that from?
But obviously, I know what it means, like, you get me? But that's a bad boy name. Like, I knew he was sick when I heard his name. You know them? I said, nah, this brother's got to be sick, bro. You know, and then he was sick, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, so I'll just, like, little things like that, like, and then some are shit, some are hard, like, you know them ones, like, that's it. Man.
Let's talk about the Red Bull Culture Clash. I heard rumours that you were supposed to be performing this year. Was there actually any?
You see, Buck's got a facial expression on him, you know.
We can cut it.
The eyes just landed on you.
Let me run it again. Right, so let's talk about this year's Culture Clash. I mean, there's nothing that I would more love to see than gigs at the Red Bull Culture Clash, running through some classics. I feel like, you know, you'd bring a lot of heat to that stage. I heard there was rumours about you performing this year. Was there any truth in that at all? Were you ever supposed to perform?
Yeah, I was meant to have a sound, but, well, they asked us to do one, but I was doing the album, and, you know, like, I take shit seriously, man. If I'm working on something, I'm working on it, man. So I just said, nah, it sounds like too much work, like, you know? So these time, only half of the album was done as well. You get me? And Buck's like, boy, we can make it happen, you know?
Bet he was.
But with your reggae and you know, bashment background, like in terms of like dub plates and stuff, do you think that you would have done better than, you know, the sounds that was there?
Man. I'm a serious sound man. Like, I'll take it too serious, man.
Yeah. How do you think you would react if someone was to kind of? Because I haven't really seen you get disrespected that much. Or at all.
I was going to say that much.
So,
wow.
For example, if you're on stage and someone says something wild, like, what happens then? Could you take it as a man that this is the music thing, or?
Yeah, you would have to, innit? Because you signed up for it, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got, like, if you're gonna do that, that might happen, innit? That's why I'm not really into.
Like, if you was Wiley and Ice Kid came out on the other side, like, how would you feel, as you are? Like, if I guess the equivalent, I don't know what the equivalent is. If Dubs came out on the other side, how would you feel?
No, that's not really that painful,
I was just stopped, Posty.
He knows he's getting money.
I wouldn't really care. Like, that's just sound clashes, isn't it? Like,
let's talk about Gunna D. I feel like Gunna D is like one of the best like rappers we've got, honestly speaking. Like, his talent is crazy. So what is it, like, I just find it weird sometimes when, like, you know, like when your brother's like a big rapper but your other brother's sick as well. You know, like, how proud are you that, you know, when he was coming through and stuff like that, what are your opinions on Gunna? And tell us more about him.
Yeah, I think Gunna is the best, like, out of all of us, to be honest. But obviously he's just so ahead of the game, like, you know, everyone's like, but he's got his own fan base though, like, you know what I mean? Like, so he does his thing. Yeah, obviously I'm proud of my brother, innit? So,
In general, you're quite a family person. You put up, you know, your videos with your kids. You support your and one of your other brothers has a jewelry company. You promote that. Obviously, Gunna did the music thing. Like, it's
I That sounding strong, man. You know when you just
No, but for real, like it's nice. It's nice to see. I mean, sometimes people kind of they get their own kind of notoriety and then they run off. And it's like for you, you've stayed grounded, and it's like, okay, this is my family and this is what we're doing, as opposed to this is what I'm doing. And I feel like that's something that kind of is a mark of respect that comes from you.
Yeah, that's all that matters, innit? You know, family, innit?
And what do you think there is that kind of helps you to, or inspires you to kind of keep pushing that family element?
It's my little brothers, innit? That's it.
So that's just because a lot of people have little brothers. You don't never see them. They've got cousins that rap. They don't care.
It's different for us, man.
Why?
Can't really say. We've just been through a lot, like, you know, no one's.
I respect that.
Are you lot competitive though towards each other? Are you lot always talking about who's better than who or whatever? Is there that? Not really. Whose album's better than whose?
Oh, like
project?
me and Gunna?
Yeah.
Nah, Gunna knows, man. He's the coolest. He knows. Gunna's gas, you know. Don't get it twisted,
Hustler
man.
by Nature is a proper classic. Man.
Yeah.
That's a.
You know, like, he knows and I know, innit? Like, you know, no one's. He's cold, man. He says some mad shit. Every time he speaks, you see Gunna, he doesn't really speak. No. Every time he says something, it's wise. You know, like, you know, them ones, like, every time he tweets, it's something wise, like, you know, them ones, like. So,
Yeah, he's one of the wise guys.
yeah.
All right, cool. So Landlord's coming out on the 5th of August. Your first album dropped on the 4th of August, about 8 years ago. Wow, sounds like I've done some research on this one. It's just, you know, I was just chilling at home one day. And Giggs texted me, and he was like, "We don't do no research on the show." He was getting up to me.
I've had that call as well.
I just want to say I'm sounding very
I never got
professional
customer. I never got the call. I'm okay.
Yeah, but anyway, is that
They
just,
don't want my research.
is that just
you was talking about, you was asking some deep question, my God.
is that just like was that planned or is that coincidence?
What?
That it's so close. Like obviously your first album was on the 4th.
Oh, no, it's planned.
Oh, it was planned, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be, I don't know, I just felt like, I don't know, man, I just felt like it was time to pay homage to Walk in the Park.
Yeah. Do you feel like Walk in the Park was a classic?
Of course.
Okay. Just checking.
What do you feel
That's
like?
important, I know. Just checking.
What do you feel like when you perform, like, Talking the Hardest now? Like, it's so many years later. Do you still love that song? Do you hate it? I remember Krypton Kona said they didn't really, they hated performing their tracks, like, after all this time. Like, how do you feel?
Nah, I can't hate my shit, man. That's the truth. Like, you know, no one's like, not saying that their shit ain't the truth. I don't know, innit? But, like, that's some real shit. Like, you know, no one's like, I can't hate that. And the crowd always, like, sometimes I've done that song a million times, you know, the ones. But sometimes, I don't know, I'll be like one time I was in Birmingham and I was performing, like, it's that proper hood, like, you know, the ones, like, bare girls though. You get me? Like, and then I'm doing Talking Artists and this guy mad, you get me? Like, they're just singing the whole thing, you know, them ones, like, you know what I mean? And those are moments, like, you know, them ones, like, you know what I mean?
Or what about when you perform to crowds that are not hood? Because obviously with a hood crowd, you know, like we all think we're gully
The middle
creatures at
class,
some stage. But when they do it, it's wild.
The skateboard, whatever, like, everyone goes mad, like.
What's your favourite verse ever? What do you think are your best verses?
I can't tell you that.
No?
I got a million verses, huh?
You don't have a favourite, like one that actually is closer to home for you?
No way. There's too many, man. There's too many.
What's your favourite verse out of the features that you've done of recent? So like Free Wheel Ups, Man Don't Care and all that, etc.
Cass is dead on What's My Name? Mr. Geeks, Mr. Pig. You know that?
Tell us, have you seen Cassie's Dead without the mask off?
No.
Never.
He come here with his mask on as well.
So no one's ever seen Cassie's Dead with his mask on?
He came with a different mask.
I don't know, Gigs. I don't know if you lot would have allowed this for him to just roll up with this mask on. I don't know if I believe you. I feel like that the bands and them would not have allowed this. They would have said, okay, we just need to, we'll do it quickly.
You signed an NDA or something.
I've seen him, man.
I'm sorry, I would have let it slide, but I couldn't.
Gotta take off the mask for a second.
I've seen how these lot roll. It's top security.
I know who that is. And you know what? When I first spoke to him on the phone, his voice sounded familiar. I was thinking, do I know my man? You know that? Trust me, like.
I knew it because you lost team is like MI5. You see, if you want to roll through, it's really, really serious. It's not a joke.
I'm trying to keep it going, man. Like,
I know, but I'm sorry. I had to heat it. I'm sorry. We put it on the fire.
Right, yeah, nah, I'm too much of a fan as well, man. I needed to see, man. Seriously, bro. Trust me, man. He doesn't even know, man. When we first linked, man, I was on it. He must have known actually, but I was on it like, right, get out the car, you know? Trust me. My man's hard, bro. Like,
Yeah, that is.
hard, bro. Trust me, I'm definitely a fan there. The whole thing.
So what's the next step after this album launches? Because obviously,
I don't know.
you're not sure yet.
I ain't got a clue. I never bro, look, you just said it, man. I'm taking a year off. I don't really work like that. Like, I just go with.
Yeah, enjoy the
just
moment.
move forward.
Yeah.
Just move forward, fam. That's
What
it.
about acting? Like, why didn't you get yourself involved in films like The Intent? You know, what was it that kept you away from that? I know you did.
Number one, they didn't ask, but I'm not into acting anyway. You know?
Yeah, but you did do a little acting role. I was there.
I'm a shit actor, man. I'm
Okay,
dead, man.
okay.
I'm happy. I'm blessed from God to be a bad boy rapper, man. You know that was my hands is wet, man.
What was the film?
Huh? But yeah, they didn't hold at me anyway.
What was your last film called again? Back.
What, our film? Whose film? Oh,
Victim.
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 Oh, yeah, I done a little thing and butt thing. Obviously, I had to, innit? Like, man was on me. Man was on me, bro. But I didn't want to do that, bro. But when Butt calls, yeah, no, I got this role for you. Like, you know, like I ain't even said, can I have a role? Yeah, no, I got this role, bad boy role. And you see Butt here, he drops it in all the time.
Butt's the best.
So it'll be like, yeah, man, I got a neat role that you'll fit still. Then as it comes closer to the time, bad boy role I got for you. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you're doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I never had no say in that one, bro.
It's a good film though, Victim.
Yeah, no, good film.
Alright, so what do you want to say about the album? What can people expect? How would you describe this album? Because obviously everyone's excited, can pre-order it now. It's out on August 5th. What do you want to say about the album?
You don't want to know why, because I try to be humble, but I think it's one of the greatest body of work. I can't lie, bro, man. You know that one's like, that's how I honestly feel, like. That's what it honestly is. Like, it's cold, man. So I think everyone knows it as well, man. You know them ones, like, let's be real, man.
The
I don't
anticipation is
slip
real.
on no song. Every song I'll body, like, you know them ones, like, man goes hard. That's why I didn't even have to put out no tunes, bro, because you know what's going on, like, you've seen it, like. Last year, every single thing I was blessing was going off, bro. Like, you know them ones, like, you know what I mean? So that's why I didn't even want to drop nothing. I was just thinking, nah, man, you know what's going on.
Do you charge a lot for those verses?
Some people, like, the man, them ain't gonna really charge, like, you know the ones, like, you know what I mean? But obviously, if you got the P's, that man will hold that, you know? You know? Especially a butt flirting, man.
Have you ever done a feature that you didn't really want to do, but they were offering the right P?
Man, I've done loads, man. Don't get me wrong, man. When I come out of jail, man, I was starving. You know them ones?
I respect that, because a lot of people say
I
no.
done some mad feature, bro. Some African brother, bro. You won't even find it now. You know them ones, but it's out there. But like,
Was it hip hop though?
Is that some? What was it? But like, it weren't Afro beats. What was it? What music? Like, is that some proper like Niger? What would you call that?
Bunk don't even know.
It's Afro.
That's Afro beats, but you know that fella and all that. This old school, yeah, traditional.
Yeah, but the tune was alright though. I liked it. Like, you know that ones. I fuck with it, bro. But the brother was a nutter. Fucking hell, man. He's all hollering at bare girls on Insta, DMing them saying, yeah, like, I've done a tune with gigs that I want to get you for the video shoot. Oh yeah, he's been doing this. Terrorizing these poor girls out, and then they're messaging me, do you know this man? Like, you know that one's like. But obviously this time, he's getting the YouTube up, innit? Like, he's got the official track, like, you know that one. So he's like, and he's just, like, he messaged some mad stuff to some girl, I want to, like, how much for your pussy? And I'm, you know that one?
Whoa.
Like, so I'm mad. You know that one's like. So that was a mad feature in that sense, you know. But that time, man, I needed a piece. Yeah, man, I'm hustling. I just come out like, you know, I was in debt. You know.
Was the verse good though?
Of course, man. Oh, mate. Just.
No, that is crazy. That is crazy. So it's out this Friday. You got Dubs, you got Stormzy, you got, who else you got on there?
Taneo, Cass is Dead, Rico Love, fucking Ghana Kais, Young Teflon, A-Star.
It's a big track. Big track list. Obviously, you're bringing A-Star True. He's like a new guy coming up.
Nah,
He's not like, he's been about, but
yeah, it's been about.
new guy in London more for the London crowd to know about.
I see he used to rap with K Coconut.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that, obviously, because I run the GRM. Scrap that. We'll do another one.
No, that's the truth.
You got wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Well, we keep everything in.
You're gonna keep everything in.
Apart
You
from
look-
that.
Apart from the flights. Obviously, when we come into the music industry, we kind of have to grow into sort of our roles. Obviously, I've seen, like you said, you started with like Toto as your manager, and then I saw you with Jack and Archie as your manager, and now Buck's your manager. He's been your manager since 2011. Obviously, Buck used to rap. Been hanging around Buck a lot lately. I've seen how savvy he is as a manager. How did you decide to kind of entrust your kind of business into your friend like that, and how's it been going since then? Because I feel like it's been like the strongest kind of team.
Yeah, because he was always doing the job, like from the beginning, like even before it was jumping off, like I always ring Buck for like, what do you think of this? Or like, if there's a problem, Buck would be like, yeah, I'll deal with that. Like, you know, no one's like, it's just always hands on, like, you know, no one's.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, like, you might as well get paid, like, you know, no one's like, you know what I mean? You might as well split this money, like, you know, no one's. And I remember I was talking to my baby mother, my first baby mother, I was saying, yeah, I think like, Buck, it was late, I was just like, yeah, Buck's always on it, like, and she said, yeah, man, why don't you just, you know, no one's. Then I just rang him straight. It was late, innit? And then I was just like, yeah, man, you might as well. And then, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like,
I can't believe how much you sounded like him.
like, we'll just see how it goes, innit? Like, and then, but then he was just moving cold, like savage, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Once
definitely.
man gave him the go ahead. Like when I watch Buck in that meetings and that, the way he moves, I just think, what the fuck, like just a natural, bro. Like you know, like Buck's the coldest manager, bro. Like I swear, I always say it, bro. I don't see no one moving like him, bro. He moves sick, bro. You know, no one's like no nonsense, like. Yeah, I mean, so.
Right, it's surprising.
But do you know what that is? That's when someone cares about something. You know, them ones like. That's what I always tell people when they're coming up and that. They're like, yeah, I need a manager. Bro, they got one little tune.
Yeah.
And the little buzz. Yeah, I need a manager. For what? You know them ones, go and do some fucking work yourself, man. Like, you know them ones you think, oh yeah, because I've got a little buzz in it. Right now I need a manager. And you know them ones, like, you know what I mean? Go and do some work, man. But like, if you got a brethren that's like, that cares about your shit like the way you do, and he wants to help, then just work with your brethren, like, and you know them ones, like, and that always been me and Buck, innit? Like, you know what I mean?
No, definitely. I think it's amazing how you both actually still work together because you're both very hands-on. I mean, I've been on video shoots with both of you and I don't think I've ever actually directed anything on them because I don't know why you still invite me. Why am I there?
I gave you the credit though.
I like that. I'll take that.
And we got the little behind the scenes when you're telling the girls, we need girls in the line. Like,
so that's what I'm there to do. I tell the girls what to do. But yeah, like, you two are proper hands-on though. Do you ever clash? Because you're so hands-on.
Always beefing me and Buck, bro.
Yeah.
Always going on.
But I think people like that. Even on your Instagrams, you lot are both like, I'm not talking to gigs for the rest of the day because you just said that, and I've had enough of Buck today, and it's just banter, and I think people like that because I like that. I enjoy that.
Would you not go down a record deal route again? Would you sign again? Is it something you're looking for, or have you had offers? Is it?
Nah, no. Doesn't make sense. Like, I'm too on it, bruv, man. Like, and so is Buck, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I just can't take. Like, if I want something done now, it needs to get done, man. You know the ones that. So I can't really work with other people. Like, I'm just gonna have to build my own shit, man. Like, you know the ones that. Do you know what I mean? I can't like work at other people's pace, man. Seriously, bro. So I doubt it. I can't see it happening, to be honest. No disrespect to that, my last label, and like, they're cool and that, but yeah, man, I just like to move like that. You know what I mean? And other labels have got like too much that other shit to deal with me wanting things like that. You know, no one's that, so it just don't work.
Do you care about kind of like, I know not so much now, but people were kind of fixed on like breaking America and that. Like, as one of our top rappers out here, everyone's like gigs. Like, do you care about making your stamp in America? Is it something that you lot think about?
Everyone cares about like taking over the world. You know, no one's like, I would be lying if I said I didn't, innit? Like, I don't care as much now. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, of course, man wants to, like, the world to hear my music. You know, no one's that.
And does it frustrate you? Because obviously you're not allowed to America. Does that frustrate you?
Yeah, of course.
Because you know that if you was there, you'd be able to make a lot more connections.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. Yeah, I miss America. Like, I love America, but I just can't get over there, man.
And what about when people come here? Because I know that it's like everybody kind of just jumps on them when people are here.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, there's an American artist, and I can't see you being like that. I feel like because everyone's on them, you take a back seat.
Nah, it's not because everyone's on them. I just don't like to. I just don't like to bother people. No ones. I know what it's like, man. Like, I've been to like other countries, and then everyone's like, "Yeah, rap," and you know, them ones that, and they're just, and you fuck it up. Let me sit down. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't want to be one of them brothers.
And what about here? Because I remember Jay-Z had a bar where he said, you know, I just want to go in the club and enjoy some drinks. I don't want to hear you rapping at me. Like, how do you feel when you go out? Do people do that? Do they start spitting at you?
Yeah, of course.
It's wild. Like,
Yeah,
how do you
of
feel about that? Posty, you probably get that too.
Yeah, it depends what mood I'm in, man. Like, you know the ones, because obviously I'm a human being, innit? Like, sometimes I might be pissed off. Sometimes I might be happy. But when I'm pissed off, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, you know what I mean? You know when you're fuming, you don't want to talk to no one. And then someone's in your face. You know what I mean? Like,
You're thinking, please, just not now.
yeah, but it's just, that's
But why did
that's
you let
what
them
just
get
come.
to him in the
That's
first
what
place?
comes.
You're meant to be the filter.
Man ain't on that Hollywood shit. Like, oh yeah, don't come near me. Like, no pictures and all that shit. Like, because it's like, I was like, man, and we're all the same, innit? Like, I'm a normal brother, just like my man, innit? Like, you know, the ones. Yesterday, I was on that side looking at like artists and
Who
all
was
that.
you looking at?
Well, like mostly like American, you know what I mean? Like, but and now I'm on that side. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna today like now say no picture or what. You know?
Have you ever
like,
tried to get a picture with anyone?
Nah, I'm not really into
I can't
it.
see you doing that. I would like to see that. It would be interesting.
Yeah, it's because I know everyone's just people, innit? Like, you know, no one's.
You say Ice Cube.
I heard Ice Cube was the only person.
Oh yeah,
you've
of course.
wanted a-
What,
you've
Cube,
wanted
are you
a
mad? I
picture.
had to get that snap, man. You serious? That's a heavy brother. But like, obviously, I got the snapping about the moment, like, you know, no one's there. Do you know what I mean? So,
Okay. All right then, bro. We look forward to the album. I'm sure it's going to live up to expectations. A lot of pressure. Everyone's waiting for that album, but we're sure it's going to live up to expectations. And thanks for coming, bro. The Landlord,
So a big round of applause for the landlord, please.
August 5th.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hashtag NFTR.